Welcome to the inaugural edition of the 2019-2020 Court Report. It's brought to you by First Federal Savings of Lorain. We've got Teams of the Week coming your way. We'll spotlight some individual players as well, and we'll also recap the week that was and preview the week ahead. My name is Andy Bulbarge, and I'm joined alongside Marissa McNeese with the Chronicle Telegram. Marissa, great to be working with you, and this will be a lot of fun to talk about high school hoops.
I'm so excited to be back. You know, I jumped in for football season on these videos, and I can't wait. Hoop season, I've been counting down. And it's finally here, my favorite time of year, and I'm so excited to, week to week, bring you all the high school hoops coverage.
And there's a lot to bring you from week to week, and even this weekend, a few days before Christmas, there's no shortage of games. There's lots of games going on the boys' side and on the girls' side as well. We'll start with some of your observations from what you've seen over the first few weeks of the season. Any particular players or teams stand out to you?
Well, it's still early. I've gotten to see a couple teams so far. Went out to Lorain. I've seen them a couple times. I got to go to the annual DeFranco Memorial Tournament at Midview this year. Lorain looking as strong as they have. They lost two incredible players in Tavon Pierre-Louis and Day Grant, who is now at Miami. But the big story there was Seth Wilson transferring from St. Vincent St. Mary. Unfortunately, Seth has been unable to play due to injury, but the word is he'll be back in time for Lorain's holiday tournament. And so far, without him, they've looked strong. Just one road loss so far to Brush, but I think with his return, they'll be even stronger and continue to push towards some redemption maybe when the district tournament rolls around. Got to see Illyria too. Not their best. They played really strong against Shaker Heights last week for 3 quarters. I think that's a team that, their record doesn't show it, but they can do some pretty special things this season once the team sort of finds their identity. Another team I'm so excited about this season is Illyria Catholic. I wasn't sure about them. They lost Jared Logan, a really talented player, did a lot for the Panthers last season, but it seems like they have not missed a beat. A really strong team with a lot of depth, and I can't wait to see what they do this season.
And on the girls' side, too, plenty of great action so far, especially this week. Illyria Catholic, one of the best teams in the area on the girls' side. Many would argue they are the best team on the girls' side in the area. Well, the Lady Panthers fell to the top-ranked team of the state last Saturday, Laurel, at Division II, rebounded with a huge win last night over Normandy. So the Illyria Catholic girls continue to roll. How about the Avon Lake Shore Gals? They were the first ones to deliver the Lorain Lady Titans their first loss of the season, brought it into a 6-game winning streak, and the Shore Gals are expected to be very, very tough again this season. So we'll continue to recap these matchups week by week here on the Court Report, but it's come to that point in the show now where we have to pick out our Team of the Week, brought to you by First Federal Savings of Lorain. And dare I say, Marissa, we're going to set this one on fire.
Oh, good one, Bull. First, I'm going to bring you our boys' team of the week. We're going to go with Firelands. After an 0-2 start to the season, they've won 6 straight, looking really strong. I know last year, Coach Januzzi said the team struggled a little bit, but he was looking forward to this season and the things to come. They have a young team, and so far they have lived up, I would say, to his expectations. 6 straight wins and, setting the tone in the Lorain County League.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun to see their matchup against Amherst coming up on Monday. That'll be a really, really good one and some cross-conference play as well. Well, we mentioned that these are going to be somewhat similar, these teams of the week. So it was Firelands on the boys' side. We're going to stick with Firelands on the girls' side as well. Yeah, because the Lady Falcons have performed extraordinarily well. They're 7-0 on the year, and they set a school record earlier this week by scoring 103 points with a 103-27 victory over Oberlin.
I had to do a double take when I saw that box score come in, for sure.
Dropping 103, pretty impressive. So congratulations to the Firelands Falcons boys and girls. They are your First Federal Savings of Lorain teams of the week. Marissa, taking a look at the weekend schedule, there's some really good matchups on the boys' side, both tonight and tomorrow. Yeah,
I think tonight the game I had circled all week was Illyria Catholic traveling to Fairview, a GLC matchup with Fairview joining the Great Lakes Conference this season, and a team that has to be one of the favorites along with EC in that conference, returning all their starters, and EC looking, like I said, just as strong as they were last season. So I'm excited to see how that one plays out in Fairview tonight. What about on the girls' side?
Well, on the girls' side, there's a pretty good one tomorrow that we'll have on the radio on AM 930 WEOL and 100.3 FM. It'll be Midview taking on Avon, Classic SWC matchup. And then on Monday, there's a boys-girls doubleheader. We'll tease that here in just a few moments here when we get into the broadcast schedule. But it's the Falcons, who are undefeated, as we mentioned, at 7-0, taking on Amherst, too. So a couple of really good girls matchups coming up over the next few days. Well, let's take a look at that WEOL broadcast schedule. That begins tonight with some old school action in the Lorain County League. Clearview taking on Brookside, two teams looking to rebound from some tough starts to the season. Our coverage begins at 6:30 tonight. Tomorrow, we have the aforementioned Midview and Avon girls game. Our coverage expected to kickstart right around 1:15 tomorrow. And then on Monday, we have a boys-girls doubleheader. It'll be a non-conference tilt. It'll be Amherst taking on Firelands in Firelands. That'll take place on Monday. They're scheduled to tip that game at 5:30. And the boys will do battle at 7 o'clock with those same two teams in action. And those are two teams that have played really well throughout the course of the season.
Definitely. I know on the boys' side, too, Amherst has started strong this season. It's still early, but that should be a matchup that might be better than people expect when you see it on paper.
Well, yeah, man, you talk about how red-hot Firelands has been so far at 6-0, and Amherst has been one of the best in the SWC as well. Well, that's going to wrap things up for our inaugural edition of the Court Report. Marissa, happy to be working alongside you, and this will be a lot of fun week to week.
I can't wait. We got a long hoop season ahead of us, Bull, so I'm excited.
Yeah, we've got a couple months left of this, and it should be a lot of fun before we get into the real tournament season, middle of February, too. So we're looking forward to bringing it to you every single week. That's going to wrap up our first edition. Happy holidays to all of you out there watching. For Marissa McNeese, my name is Andy Bullbarch with AM 930 WEOL and 100.3 FM. We'll catch you next week.